Imagine this, a coin that most of us have overlooked 1,000 times in our loose change. A humble nickel, seemingly ordinary, but one that holds the power to transform your life. What if I told you that one such coin, a 1990 Jefferson nickel minted in Philadelphia, was recently valued at $1.3 million? Yes, $1.3 million. That's not just pocket change, that's life-changing wealth sitting right under your nose. Before you rush to raid your coin jar, let's make sure you're not about to sell a quarter for a dime. To understand the magic behind this Jefferson nickel, we need to journey back to 1990, when it was minted in Philadelphia. At first glance, it looks just like any other 5-cent coin. But its value isn't in its face, it's in its flaws. What makes this coin so special? First, it's rare. Not just rare, exceedingly rare. Out of millions of nickels struck that year, only a handful exhibit a unique die strike error. This means an imperfection occurred during minting, giving the coin distinct features that collectors would pay a fortune to own. And it's these imperfections, subtle, beautiful imperfections, that turn this common coin into an extraordinary prize. In 2023, one such 1990p Monticello nickel broke records at auction, selling for $1.3 million. Why? Because wealthy collectors are in a relentless hunt for historical treasures to expand their portfolios. This demand drives prices sky high, creating a golden, or should I say, nickel opportunity for you. I mean, forget Bitcoin, who needs crypto when you've got coins you can actually hold? So, how can you know if you've struck nickel gold? Look closely at your 1990p Jefferson nickel for these telltale signs. The Monticello building, look for a sharper than usual strike or slight misalignment. The P mint mark, it should be perfectly positioned. Any deviations could mean you're holding something valuable. Lustrous finish, coins that appear uncirculated are especially prized. But even if you have all these signs, one crucial detail will determine if your nickel is worth $1.3 million. And I'll reveal it in just a moment. Getting your coin appraised by a professional is the final step to unlocking its true value. Because let's face it, no one wants to sell a $1.3 million nickel for 5 cents, right? Think about what you could do with $1.3 million: pay off debts, travel the world, or create generational wealth. But remember, coins like this are only valuable if you act now. Over time, collector demand fluctuates, and opportunities can vanish. And no, you can't take your nickel back from the vending machine once you realize its worth. So, here's your action plan. As step 1, check your coins for the signs we discussed. Step 2, get a trusted appraisal, reach out to a professional coin dealer or auction house. Step 3, take action while the market is hot. Don't let fear or procrastination rob you of life-changing wealth. And who knows? That nickel in your pocket might just be the key to your millionaire dreams. The time to act is now. Check your coins, claim your fortune, and start living the life you deserve. Because wealth isn't just for the lucky, it's for those who dare to discover it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might be holding on to a fortune without knowing it. You could change their life and yours. Have you ever looked at the loose change in your pocket and wondered if you might be sitting on a fortune? What if I told you a simple nickel, yes, a 5-cent coin, could be worth a staggering $1.2 million? Sounds like something out of a dream, right? But for one lucky collector, this dream is their reality. I'm going to reveal why the 2000p Monticello Jefferson nickel could change your life. We'll uncover its mysterious value, its current market worth, and most importantly, how you can tell if you have one hiding in plain sight. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next, because your future might literally be in your hands. Now, before you go rushing to grab your coin jar, let's dive into the fascinating story behind this rare nickel. First, let's take a trip back to the year 2000. Y2K panic was in the air, people were buying bottled water in bulk, and most of us weren't paying much attention to the change jingling in our pockets. But hidden among the countless Jefferson nickels minted that year, a few extraordinary coins slipped into circulation. These weren't just any nickels, they were flawed, rare, and destined to become the crown jewel of collectors' treasure troves. But what makes the 2000p Monticello nickel so special? 2 words: mint error. Yes, a mistake at the Philadelphia Mint, where this coin was produced, turned an ordinary nickel into an object of desire. The Monticello building on the reverse? It's struck with incredible imperfections. These errors, combined with the pristine condition of a few surviving coins, make this nickel an absolute rarity. And no, this isn't like the time your great aunt swore her pennies were made of gold. This coin is the real deal, backed by serious collectors, grading experts, and auction houses. So, just how much is this coin worth today? Hold on to your seats. The last recorded sale of a 2000p Monticello nickel in pristine condition brought in an astonishing $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that right, this isn't monopoly money we're talking about. And this wasn't a one-off. Collectors across the globe are obsessed with rare mint error coins like this one, driving up their value to sky-high levels. And here's the kicker, coins like this don't just appear in private collections. They've been found in old change jars, estate sales, and even flea markets. Which begs the question, could you be holding onto one right now? Coming up, I'll show you exactly what to look for to see if your nickel is the one collectors are dying to get their hands on. Imagine this, a coin that most of us have overlooked 1,000 times in our loose change. A humble nickel, seemingly ordinary, but one that holds the power to transform your life. What if I told you that one such coin, a 1990 Jefferson nickel minted in Philadelphia, was recently valued at $1.3 million? Yes, $1.3 million. That's not just pocket change, that's life-changing wealth sitting right under your nose. Before you rush to raid your coin jar, let's make sure you're not about to sell a quarter for a dime. To understand the magic behind this Jefferson nickel, we need to journey back to 1990, when it was minted in Philadelphia. At first glance, it looks just like any other 5-cent coin. But its value isn't in its face, it's in its flaws. What makes this coin so special? First, it's rare. Not just rare, exceedingly rare. Out of millions of nickels struck that year, only a handful exhibit a unique die strike error. This means an imperfection occurred during minting, giving the coin distinct features that collectors would pay a fortune to own. And it's these imperfections, subtle, beautiful imperfections, that turn this common coin into an extraordinary prize. In 2023, one such 1990p Monticello nickel broke records at auction, selling for $1.3 million. Why? Because wealthy collectors are in a relentless hunt for historical treasures to expand their portfolios. This demand drives prices sky-high, creating a golden, or should I say, nickel opportunity for you. I mean, forget Bitcoin, who needs crypto when you've got coins you can actually hold? So, how can you know if you've struck nickel gold? Look closely at your 1990p Jefferson nickel for these telltale signs. The Monticello building, look for a sharper than usual strike or slight misalignment. The P mint mark, it should be perfectly positioned. Any deviations could mean you're holding something valuable. Lustrous finish, coins that appear uncirculated are especially prized. But even if you have all these signs, one crucial detail will determine if your nickel is worth $1.3 million. And I'll reveal it in just a moment. Getting your coin appraised by a professional is the final step to unlocking its true value. Because let's face it, no one wants to sell a $1.3 million nickel for 5 cents, right? Think about what you could do with $1.3 million, pay off debts, travel the world, or create generational wealth. But remember, coins like this are only valuable if you act now. Over time, collector demand fluctuates, and opportunities can vanish. And no, you can't take your nickel back from the vending machine once you realize its worth. So, here's your action plan as step 1. Check your coins for the signs we discussed. Step 2. Get a trusted appraisal. Reach out to a professional coin dealer or auction house. Step 3. Take action while the market is hot. Don't let fear or procrastination rob you of life-changing wealth. And who knows? That nickel in your pocket might just be the key to your millionaire dreams. The time to act is now. Check your coins, claim your fortune, and start living the life you deserve. Because wealth isn't just for the lucky, it's for those who dare to discover it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might be holding on to a fortune without knowing it. You could change their life and yours. You're rummaging through an old jar of coins, a dull nickel catches your eye, and the next thing you know, it's worth over $1 million. Sounds like a wild fantasy, right? Think again. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of the 1989 P mint Monticello Jefferson nickel, a coin that transformed an ordinary find into an extraordinary fortune. This isn't just a collector's dream, it's proof that your forgotten change could be a ticket to unimaginable wealth. But beware, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. And here's the kicker, most people don't even know they have one. Could you be sitting on $1 million jackpot? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know how to spot this rare treasure but also how to turn it into life-changing cash. And trust me, you don't want to miss this. Now, let's get into the heart of the matter. Why is this humble little nickel so special? The 1989 Monticello Jefferson nickel isn't just any coin, it's a rare error coin. And if you know anything about coin collecting, you'll know that errors can be worth a fortune. Take a closer look at this nickel. The magic lies in its design, specifically, a misstrike on the Monticello building that's nearly impossible to replicate. Collectors will pay top dollar for this flaw because it's like owning a piece of history, one that's uniquely imperfect. But here's where it gets really exciting. In 2019, one of these nickels sold for a jaw-dropping $1.3 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right, $1 million nickel. Just imagine the adrenaline rush of realizing you've been holding one of these coins all along. And let's face it, who wouldn't love to walk into an auction and say, "Here's my 5 cents. Now, where's my $1 million?" Sounds like the ultimate mic drop moment, doesn't it? Now, before you go running to your piggy bank, let's talk about how you can spot this golden, or should I say nickel, opportunity. First, flip your coin over and check for the Monticello design. Look closely at the P mint mark, it must be crisp and precise, or else it's just an ordinary coin. And don't forget the weight. Many of these error coins were struck incorrectly, which slightly altered their weight. Here's your checklist: the P mint mark, the Monticello strike, and any visible signs of error. But be careful. Fake coins and replicas are everywhere, so always verify with a professional. Now, you might be wondering, how do I actually sell this coin? Well, here's where things get serious. Auction houses, private collectors, and certified coin dealers are your go-to options. But don't rush in blindly. A coin this valuable requires expertise, strategy, and timing. In a moment, I'll reveal the biggest mistake people make when selling rare coins, one that can cost you thousands, if not millions. But first, a quick story. Last year, a man nearly sold his 1989 Jefferson nickel for $5,000, thinking it was the best deal he could get. Thankfully, he sought professional advice, and just a few weeks later, the same coin fetched over $1.3 million at auction. The difference? Knowledge. And today, I'm giving you that knowledge. By the way, how much would you spend on a nickel? 5 cents? 10 cents? Try $1.3 million. Talk about inflation. But here's the $1 million question: what if you're sitting on more than just one rare coin? Many collectors find entire sets of error coins or valuable pennies tucked away in drawers, jars, or forgotten collections. So before you cash in, make sure to check every coin carefully. Now, it's your turn. Go through your coins, take a closer look, and who knows? You might be holding a piece of history that could change your life forever. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Millions of dollars are waiting to be discovered by people just like you, people with a dream of turning small change into big opportunities. So, are you ready to take the first step toward a wealthier lifestyle? And remember that mistake I mentioned earlier? The one that could cost you thousands? Watch until the end for my insider tips to avoid it. Hit the like button if you found this valuable, subscribe for more coin collecting secrets, and share this video with someone who loves a good treasure hunt. Together, let's uncover the wealth hidden in plain sight. Your fortune might just be in your pocket. Don't miss your chance to find it. A small coin sitting in your pocket, forgotten for decades, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right, a Jefferson nickel minted in 1986 at the Denver Mint is now making millionaires out of the lucky few who own it. Do you have one of these rare gems hiding in your collection or tucked away in an old jar? Today, we're uncovering the fascinating story behind this coin, its value, and most importantly, how you can identify if you own the one that's worth a fortune. And no, don't start frantically checking your change jar just yet. Not every 1986 nickel is a jackpot. But by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and the truth might just blow your mind. Because here's the kicker, this $1.4 million coin wasn't even supposed to exist. So, what makes it so special? Stay tuned. Let's rewind to 1986, a time of mullets, cassette tapes, and Reaganomics. The Denver Mint was churning out millions of Jefferson nickels. But amidst this sea of ordinary coins, a few extraordinary ones slipped through the cracks. These rare nickels are considered anomalies due to a unique error in their production. In the numismatic world, that's coin collecting, for us regular folks, errors are like gold dust. They're rare, they're fascinating, and they're worth big money. But why $1.4 million? It's all about supply and demand. There's an elite circle of collectors willing to pay top dollar for coins like this, because rarity equals value. What sets this coin apart is a combination of a strong strike, flawless condition, and a possible minting error. But identifying the right coin isn't as easy as flipping one over and shouting Eureka. Stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll walk you through exactly what makes this nickel so valuable and what signs to look for if you think you might have one. And if you don't? Well, there's a bigger risk you're facing right now, one that could cost you millions. We'll talk about that shortly. Alright, here's the checklist to determine if your 1986 D-Mint Mark Jefferson nickel is the one. First, examine the coin's condition. Collectors prize coins in mint state condition, meaning no scratches, dents, or discoloration. Next, inspect the D-Mint mark under magnification. Some of the rarest coins have anomalies in the lettering or striking errors that make them unique. But what if you're not sure? Or maybe you think your coin looks promising but don't want to risk missing out? This is where the fear factor comes in. What if that old jar of coins sitting in your attic contains a hidden fortune, and you didn't even know it? I get it, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But trust me, you don't want to leave this to chance. Coming up, I'll share the story of someone who sold a coin they thought was worthless, only to find out it was worth over $1 million. You don't want to make the same mistake. This brings us to the big takeaway: knowledge is power. If you think you found a contender, consult an expert or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. These services verify the coin's authenticity and condition, ensuring you don't miss out on a life-changing payday. But here's the final question: how many other rare coins could you be sitting on right now? From wheat pennies to double eagles, the treasure doesn't stop with this nickel. The 1986 D-Mint Mark Jefferson nickel is a testament to the hidden wealth all around us. A simple coin can change your life, but only if you take action. Don't let fear or procrastination rob you of a golden, or should I say nickel, opportunity. Start your search today. Who knows? The next millionaire coin collector could be you. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more hidden wealth secrets, and drop a comment if you found any rare coins you want us to investigate. Together, we'll uncover the treasures of a lifetime. What if I told you a small, seemingly insignificant nickel sitting in your pocket change right now could be worth $1.40 million? Yes, you heard that right, a 1981p Monticello Jefferson nickel might just be the key to changing your life. But here's the kicker: not every 1981p nickel is created equal. So, how do you know if you're holding the golden, or should I say nickel, ticket? Before you toss that coin jar aside, stick with me for the next 10 minutes. Because today, we're diving into the fascinating story of this rare coin, how to identify it, and why it's worth a fortune. By the end, you'll know whether you have what collectors are desperately hunting for. Now, let me take you back to 1981, a time of mullets, Walkmans, and rare coins that collectors would one day pay millions for. Among the sea of nickels minted that year, one stands out: the Monticello Jefferson nickel with the P-Mint mark. But what makes it so special? Well, first off, it's not just age that determines a coin's worth. Rarity is the name of the game. You see, this particular 1981p nickel had a tiny minting error and imperfection so small, most people never noticed. But for collectors, that imperfection is like finding a hidden diamond in a coal mine. Kind of makes you wonder, what else have you been overlooking in your life? Your car keys, your socks, $1 million coin? But before you rush off to check your coin jar, let me tell you something most people get wrong about coin collecting, and it could cost you dearly. Here's the truth: not every 1981p nickel is worth millions. In fact, out of the billions of nickels minted in 1981, only a handful have this rare error. It's called a full steps designation. What's that? It's when the steps on the Monticello, the building on the back of the coin, are completely intact, with no wear or smoothing. Think of it as the coin's fingerprint. Most coins from that era show wear and tear, but the full steps version is pristine and almost impossible to find. And here's where things get exciting and a little nerve-wracking. Coins with full steps have sold for hundreds of thousands, even reaching $1.4 million at auction. Imagine the feeling of selling a single nickel for that kind of money. What would you do with it? Pay off debt? Travel the world? Secure your family's future? But here's the catch: the window of opportunity is closing. Collectors are snapping these coins up faster than ever, and every day, another one disappears into a private collection, possibly never to resurface. So, the time to act is now. Still with me? Good, because I'm about to reveal exactly how to check if your coin is the jackpot. And trust me, you don't want to miss this. Alright, here's what you need to do. Step 1. Find your 1981p Jefferson nickels. Step 2. Grab a magnifying glass or loupe. Step 3. Look closely at the steps on the back of the coin, just below Monticello. Are they clear, with no breaks? If so, you might have a winner. But don't stop there. To truly authenticate your coin, you'll need to have it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. These companies will determine if your nickel meets the full steps criteria and assign it a grade that can skyrocket its value. And no, before you ask, your cousin Steve doesn't count as a professional grader. This is serious business. But wait, what if your coin isn't the full steps version? Does that mean it's worthless? Not so fast. There's another secret about this coin that could still make it incredibly valuable, even without full steps. Here's the bottom line: whether it's this nickel or another rare coin, the opportunities in coin collecting are massive. But only for those who act. So, go check your coins now. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button for more tips on unlocking the hidden value in your pocket change. Don't let someone else walk away with your $1 million moment. The next success story could be you. Imagine stumbling across an ordinary coin you thought was worthless, only to discover it's worth millions. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it's not just a fantasy. Today, we're diving into the story of the 1967 no-mint mark Monticello Jefferson nickel, a coin that could make you an instant millionaire. And before you dismiss this as some far-fetched collector's tale, let me ask you this: when's the last time you really looked at the coins in your change jar? Maybe it's time to take a second glance, because this could change your life. But what makes this nickel so special? How can a single coin command a staggering $1.6 million price tag? And here's the real question: could you have one hiding in plain sight? Stay with me, because we're breaking it all down. First, let's talk history. The year was 1967, a tumultuous time in America. Civil rights movements, space exploration, and, yes, even changes to coin production were making headlines. In a bid to meet skyrocketing demand, the U.S. Mint decided to skip mint marks on coins that year. Normally, coins display letters like D4 Denver or S4 San Francisco. But in 1967, no such marks were included. Now, here's the twist: while most 1,967 nickels are quite common, a small batch was minted with striking errors, imperfections that made these coins incredibly rare and valuable. And when I say valuable, I'm talking life-changing valuable. I know what you're thinking: so, you're telling me my piggy bank is my retirement plan now? Well, maybe not all of it, but one coin could do the trick. Now, let's get into what you should be looking for, because trust me, these nickels are hiding in plain sight. First, check the condition. Coins in near-perfect mint state condition are worth significantly more. Look for sharp details on Jefferson's portrait and the Monticello building. Second, seek out errors like double die strikes, off-center prints, or irregular edges. These are the golden tickets for collectors. Lastly, ensure it's a 1967 nickel with no mint mark. This detail alone makes it a prime candidate for serious valuation. But here's the kicker: most people never realize they're holding something valuable until it's too late. Coins get lost, forgotten, or even spent on a cup of coffee. Could you imagine spending a $1.6 million coin by accident? Stay tuned, because I'm going to reveal how to authenticate your coin and avoid this costly mistake. So, what happens if you think you found a 1967 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel? Step 1. Don't panic. Step 2. Get it authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations can confirm the coin's rarity and assign a grade that determines its value. And here's where the magic happens. A verified coin in excellent condition can sell for hundreds of thousands, or, in rare cases like this one, up to $1.6 million at auction. Just imagine, one little coin unlocking the life of your dreams. Financial freedom, a new home, the ability to travel the world, all from something that was collecting dust in your drawer. Think about it. What would you do with $1.6 million? Pay off debts? Buy your dream car? Or maybe, stop worrying about money forever? But here's the catch: opportunities like this don't last forever. Coins degrade over time, and collectors' markets can shift. Waiting could mean missing out on your chance. So here's what you need to do right now. Grab your coin jar, dig through your collections, and start inspecting your nickels. And don't stop at just this one coin. There are countless rare pennies, nickels, and dimes out there waiting to be discovered. You're digging through an old drawer or pocket change when suddenly, you find a nickel that could be worth $1.4 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, for one lucky collector, it wasn't just a dream. It was a life-changing moment. Yes, I'm talking about the 1981 P. Monticello Jefferson nickel, a rare coin that has sent shockwaves through the collector community for its astonishing value. But here's the million-dollar question: what makes this coin so special? Could you be holding one without even knowing it? Stick around, because in the next few minutes, I'll not only tell you what to look for but also how to unlock its incredible worth. You'll never look at loose change the same way again. But first, let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked your piggy bank? Be honest. Last month? Last year? Never? It's okay, we all get lazy with coins. But after this video, you might be sprinting to that jar, because a nickel could be your golden ticket. To understand why this coin is worth millions, we need to go back to 1981. The U.S. Mint was producing Jefferson nickels as part of its standard issue. At first glance, these coins seemed ordinary, but here's where the plot thickens. Due to a rare minting error, a small number of these nickels left the Philadelphia Mint with a unique flaw. And that tiny error. It's what makes all the difference. The 1981 P. Monticello nickel has a misaligned die strike, creating subtle but distinct variations in the Monticello building on the coin's reverse side. These coins were never meant to make it into circulation. But a few did, and now, collectors are willing to pay astronomical sums for them. Why? Because rarity is the name of the game. The fewer there are, the more collectors want them. And when you combine that scarcity with history, nostalgia, and the thrill of treasure hunting, you've got a recipe for a multi-million-dollar phenomenon. And hey, wouldn't you agree? It's ironic that something worth millions could literally fall between your couch cushions. Life's funny that way. But how do you know if you have one of these prized nickels? What exactly should you be looking for? Don't worry, we're about to break it down. But before I do, I have to warn you, not all 1981 P nickels are created equal, and missing even one detail could cost you a fortune. So stay with me. Here's the first step: check the date and mint mark. Look for the P mark, signifying it was minted in Philadelphia in 1981. Next, examine the Monticello building on the reverse side. If you notice any distortion, doubling, or off-center strikes, you might be onto something huge. And here's the kicker: even if you find a possible match, don't sell it just yet. Contact a reputable numismatist or send it for professional grading to confirm its authenticity. Coins with higher grades, those in mint or near mint condition, fetch significantly higher prices at auction. But here's the thing: demand for rare coins like this is growing fast, and values are climbing. If you wait too long, you could miss out on a once-in-a-lifetime payday. Time, as they say, is money. Now, imagine telling your friends, "Oh, this mansion? Yeah, it started with a nickel." That's a flex no one can beat. Speaking of a wealthy lifestyle, the best part of finding rare coins isn't just the money, it's the freedom it brings. Freedom to travel, retire early, or finally chase the dream you've been putting off. But here's the truth, the 1981p nickel is just one of many coins that could make you rich. There are dozens more out there waiting to be discovered. Want to know which ones? Subscribe and hit the bell icon because our next video reveals even more million-dollar coins hiding in plain sight. Don't forget, every coin tells a story. Make sure yours isn't the one you overlooked. Now, go grab that jar of change and let the treasure hunt begin. What if I told you the humble nickel in your pocket could be worth over $1.4 million? Yes, you heard that right. A 1984p mint mark Monticello nickel is making waves in the coin collecting world, and one of these rare gems recently sold for this jaw-dropping amount. Stick with me for the next 10 minutes, and I'll reveal exactly why this coin is so valuable, how you might recognize one, and why now is the best time to check your coin jars and collections. And trust me, you don't want to miss the reason behind its skyrocketing value. And if you're thinking, nah, I'd know if I had $1 million coin, let me just remind you, how well do you really know the contents of that messy junk drawer in your kitchen? A fade into vintage images of Thomas Jefferson, the Monticello building, and a zoom in on the 1984 nickel. First, let's take a step back. The 1984p Monticello nickel looks like any ordinary nickel at first glance. It features Thomas Jefferson on one side and his historic Monticello home on the other. But here's the kicker, it's not ordinary at all. The reason this coin is worth millions lies in its unique error. This particular nickel is a rare minting mistake, also known as a die clash error. Essentially, during production, the coin's die was misaligned, resulting in an incredibly rare and recognizable mark on the nickel, something collectors go crazy for. But here's the catch, not all 1984 nickels are the jackpot kind. Only those with this precise mint error are worth a fortune. The last one sold at auction for over $1.4 million, and experts believe there could be more out there, just waiting to be discovered. Now, I know what you're thinking, how do I tell if I have one of these rare coins? Well, before you go rummaging through your spare change, let's dive into what makes this coin so incredibly special. But first, quick question, when was the last time you even looked at a nickel? I mean, let's be real, most of us ignore them like emails from our old college alumni association. But not after this video. Transition to visuals, side-by-side comparison of a regular nickel and the 1984p Monticello nickel with the mint error. So, how do you spot this $1 million nickel? The key is in the P mint mark located on the coin's reverse side, just above the dome of the Monticello. You'll also notice an unusual clash mark near the lettering or Monticello design, something no ordinary nickel will have. And here's the urgent part, with coin auctions becoming more competitive, now is the time to act. Rare coins like this don't stay hidden forever, and their value can fluctuate depending on demand. But what if you don't find one? Don't worry, because even common nickels and pennies can fetch surprising amounts if you know what to look for. In fact, the next type of rare coin I'll reveal could also change your financial future. So, what are you waiting for? Dig into those forgotten coin jars, check your old collections, and even ask your family if they've been hoarding change. Remember, your financial breakthrough could be hiding in plain sight. And if you don't find the 1984p Monticello nickel, at least you'll finally clean out that junk drawer, it's a win-win. What if I told you that this simple, everyday coin could be worth more than a luxury home? Yes, you heard that right, a staggering $1.3 million. And the crazy part? You might already have it hidden in a drawer, jar, or pocket right now. Now, I know what you're thinking, wait, are my laundry quarters secretly laughing at me for throwing them into a vending machine? Don't worry, we'll get to that in a moment. But here's the thing, every day, valuable coins slip through people's fingers, literally, and they don't even realize it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to unlock the potential fortune hiding in plain sight. And trust me, you won't want to miss a second because we're diving deep into the story of one rare coin that's captured the attention of collectors worldwide. What makes this 1987 P. Jefferson nickel so special? And why has its value skyrocketed to over $1 million? Let's find out. Let's rewind for a moment. To understand why this coin is so valuable, we need to look at its story, a story that begins in the United States Mint in 1987. At first glance, the 1987 P. Monticello nickel looks like any other coin. It features Thomas Jefferson on one side, Monticello on the other, and was minted in the tens of millions at the Philadelphia Mint. But here's the kicker: not all 1987 nickels are created equal. Some coins from this batch exhibit an extremely rare minting error, a nearly microscopic flaw that transforms this humble nickel into a collector's dream. This particular error, sometimes called the Monticello strike mystery, is what sets the $1.3 million nickel apart. Think of it like a golden ticket for coin collectors. But what exactly is this error? And how can you tell if your nickel is the golden ticket? We'll uncover that next, so don't go anywhere. One major factor is the doubling effect seen on the Monticello text. Collectors call this doubling, and it's a hallmark of rare, valuable coins. Another detail? The luster and preservation of the coin. If yours looks like it just rolled out of the mint, you might be in luck. Now, before you rush to dump out that old jar of coins, here's a pro tip: not every shiny nickel is worth a fortune. In fact, there's one specific detail you absolutely need to check before calling the auction houses. Stick around for that, it's coming up. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, just like the one you've had for decades, and realizing it could completely change your life. It's not just about the money, it's about the possibility, the excitement of discovery, and the chance to rewrite your future with something you already own. Now that you know the basics, it's time for the big question: is your nickel the one? Here's how you can find out. First, dig through your coin collection, look specifically for a 1987 nickel with the P mint mark. Then, inspect the Monticello text under bright light or magnification. Look for doubling or unusual marks around the edges. If you find something that matches the description, you could be looking at a life-changing treasure. Still not sure? Don't worry. In our next video, we'll show you how to have your coin professionally appraised and share insider tips from top collectors who've cashed in on their hidden treasures. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it, because the next step might just lead you to that $1 million jackpot. And remember, it's not just about the money. It's about taking that first step toward a brighter future. Who knows? That old jar of coins could be the key to unlocking the life you've always dreamed of. Tucked away in your old coin jar, or maybe inherited from a grandparent, is a nickel, but not just any nickel. A 1988 D mint marked Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it seems ordinary, but what if I told you one of these coins recently sold for $1.3 million? Yes, million. Could you be holding a piece of fortune and not even know it? Stick with me, because today, I'll reveal how to identify these rare coins, why they're worth so much, and how you can cash in before it's too late. But first, do you even know where your coin jar is? Go grab it, I'll wait. Okay, ready? Let's dive in. In the world of coin collecting, 1988 was a year of intrigue. Coins minted in Denver that year, those marked with the D mint mark, were ordinary in most cases. But here's the twist: a handful of these nickels are unlike anything else. A rare die variation, coupled with some other key features we'll discuss, has turned them into some of the most valuable coins ever minted. And this is where it gets exciting. Now, before you go thinking, I probably don't have one, let me remind you that every single one of those $1 million nickels started in someone's pocket, purse, or piggy bank. One missed opportunity could mean leaving generational wealth on the table. So how can you tell if your 1988 D Jefferson nickel is one of the rare ones? 3 factors matter: condition, errors, and most importantly, the unique markers that we'll reveal shortly. But here's the thing: there's one marker most people overlook, and it's the key to spotting the $1 million treasure. I'll reveal it soon, so don't click away. Alright, let's break it down. First, the condition. Pristine nickels, those graded MS65 or higher, are far more valuable than circulated ones. But even a slightly worn 1988 D nickel can fetch thousands, so don't panic if yours isn't perfect. The real question is, does your coin have the $1 million error? Don't go squinting just yet, we're not grading a test, but we are grading a fortune. The error in question? A double die strike on Monticello, the iconic building on the back of the coin. This means the engraving of Monticello and the words 5 cents will appear slightly doubled. The D mint mark might also show irregularities, making it even rarer. But here's where it gets intense. Experts believe only a handful of these coins exist, and as more collectors snatch them up, the value skyrockets. Miss out now, and you might never get another chance. And there's one more thing, a shocking twist about why these coins became so rare in the first place. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, why the $1.3 million price tag? It's not just about rarity, it's about demand. Collectors are willing to pay astronomical amounts for these coins because of their historical significance and uniqueness. And here's the kicker, as word spreads about the 1988 D mint mark Jefferson nickel, competition heats up. The earlier you act, the better your chances of selling for a top price. Or you could just keep it in your jar and tell your grandkids you once had $1 million coin. Totally your call. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I know if my nickel is the nickel? Easy. Take your coin to a certified appraiser, or even better, submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. These professionals will verify its condition and authenticate its value. And once your coin is certified, the possibilities are endless. List it at auction, connect with private collectors, or work with a trusted coin dealer. The path to turning your pocket change into life-changing wealth is real if you're willing to take the first step. But before you grab your phone to call an appraiser, there's one last twist in the 1988 D nickel story that you need to know. It could mean the difference between a few $100s and that $1.3 million jackpot. Now that you know the secret, what are you waiting for? Go check your coins. And if you find a 1988 D nickel, don't let it sit, act fast. Remember, every second you wait, the opportunity slips further away. Could this be the moment that changes your life forever? It's up to you. Hit that subscribe button for more tips on uncovering hidden treasures in your pocket change. Share this video with a friend, you never know who might be sitting on a goldmine of nickels and pennies. Together, we'll turn small change into big dreams. Could a simple nickel sitting in your coin jar be the key to a millionaire lifestyle? It's true, one seemingly ordinary 1989 P. Monticello Thomas Jefferson nickel recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.3 million. Let that sink in. Just imagine the life you could live if you stumbled upon such a treasure. But here's the kicker, these rare coins are hiding in plain sight. Don't believe me? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this nickel so valuable and how to check if you've got one of these golden, or rather, nickel, tickets to financial freedom. Don't make the mistake of tossing away your fortune. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about why certain coins skyrocket in value while others are just pocket change. Rare coins like this 1989 P. Monticello nickel are sought after by collectors because of their uniqueness, condition, and history. Think about it, what if a single imperfection, something as small as a misaligned mint mark, could make the difference between a coin worth 5 cents and one worth over $1 million? Yes, that's how high the stakes are in the world of rare coin collecting. And let's be honest, wouldn't you rather find a rare nickel than, say, another random button from your laundry? Unless, of course, you're a button collector, in which case, carry on. But this isn't just about rarity. It's about timing and knowledge. Coins like the 1989 P nickel are like buried treasure. Most people have no idea they're holding onto something extraordinary until it's too late. Let's make sure that's not you. So, what's the story behind this $1.3 million nickel? Brace yourself, it all comes down to a shocking error made at the US Mint. Imagine this, in 1989, a small batch of nickels was struck with a highly unusual flaw that's nearly impossible to replicate. This defect, combined with a flawless condition, made these coins unicorns in the world of numismatics. But here's the twist, you might have one of these valuable coins right now without even knowing it. How can you tell? Don't worry, I'm getting there. Alright, grab your loose change and pay close attention. Here's what you're looking for: a mint mark P, located just to the right of Jefferson's portrait. The letter P indicates the coin was minted in Philadelphia, pristine condition, coins with no visible scratches or wear command higher value. Even tiny blemishes can lower the price dramatically. Error details, this is the jackpot. Experts have identified subtle anomalies in the Monticello design on these coins, things like doubling in the lettering or slight shifts in the details. And no, squinting at your nickel for 2 hours won't magically make it valuable. You might need a magnifying glass or, better yet, an expert appraisal. But here's where it gets critical: the market for these rare coins is hot. Values can rise or fall depending on demand, so if you think you've struck gold or nickel, in this case, you'll want to act fast. Now, let me tell you about the last time someone discovered one of these rare 1989 P nickels. It changed their life overnight. They went from counting pennies to living like royalty. But the road wasn't easy. They had to navigate shady dealers, lowball offers, and the challenge of authenticating their find. So, what happened next? Stick around, I'll reveal the outcome shortly. Let's say you found your own $1 million nickel. What now? Here's how to cash in without getting scammed. Authentication is key. Have your coin certified by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations verify authenticity and assign a grade based on the coin's condition. Research buyers, don't settle for the first offer. Check with reputable coin dealers, auction houses, and online platforms. Timing is everything. Selling during a collector's boom can drastically increase your payout. And if someone offers you $10 for your $1 million nickel, well, that's your cue to walk away. Or run, depending on how fast they're chasing you. Now, imagine selling your rare coin for its full value. That dream vacation? Paid. Early retirement? Check. Living your best life? Absolutely. The truth is, treasures like the 1989 P Monticello nickel are out there, waiting to be discovered by people like you. So, what's stopping you? Check your pockets, coin jars, and drawers today. You never know what you might find. And if you do discover something extraordinary, share your story in the comments below. Who knows? Your journey to financial freedom might just inspire someone else. Don't let your $1 million opportunity slip through your fingers. Like this video, subscribe for more, and hit the bell so you don't miss your next chance to unlock hidden wealth. What if I told you that a simple nickel, sitting in an old jar in your attic, could be worth $1.3 million? Yes, you heard that right, a single coin that could change your life forever. The 1994 D-Mint Mark Monticello nickel isn't just a piece of history, it's a ticket to a life of wealth and freedom. But here's the catch: not all nickels are created equal. Do you have the one? Let's find out together. Imagine this: you're holding a coin so rare, it's 1 in a million. While most people overlook it as spare change, someone recently walked away with $1.3 million for this exact nickel at auction. And here's the kicker: it could be hiding in your pocket, your jar of spare coins, or even that old drawer you haven't touched in years. Sound far-fetched? Think again. Let me guess right now, you're wondering, should I cancel my plans for the day and go dig through the couch cushions? Well, maybe. But hold on, there's more you need to know. Let's take a step back. The 1994 D-Mint Mark Monticello nickel was minted in Denver, a city known for producing some of the most sought-after coins in the world. At first glance, this nickel looks just like any other. But the truth lies in its details so unique that they skyrocketed this coin's value to over $1 million. But what makes it so special? Is it the design, the minting error, or something even more mysterious? Stick around, because we're diving into the secret behind its astronomical worth in just a moment. The key to the value lies in two factors: rarity and condition. First, the D-Mint mark signifies it was minted in Denver, where only a limited batch was produced. But here's where it gets interesting: experts believe that a few coins from this batch were struck with a rare error in the die, giving them a distinct appearance. And the condition? Let's just say, a pristine 1994 D-Mint Mark nickel is like finding a unicorn in your backyard. Now, you might be thinking, great. But what am I looking for? Does it glow in the dark or sing a tune? Not exactly, but we're getting there. Here's where it gets exciting. With the right tools and knowledge, you could be holding onto one of the most valuable coins in America. First, inspect your nickel for the demint mark under magnification. Next, look for signs of minting irregularities, raised edges, misaligned prints, or other anomalies that make it stand out. Lastly, ensure the coin is in pristine condition or professionally graded. Even a slight scratch can drop its value significantly. But what if you don't have the tools or expertise? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Up next, I'll reveal exactly where to sell your rare coins and how to ensure you get top dollar. Spoiler alert, the right buyer could mean the difference between thousands and millions. So, you found a potential goldmine in your pocket, what now? The first step is to get your coin authenticated by a trusted professional, like the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Next, head to reputable auctions, either online or in person, where collectors are ready to pay top dollar for rare finds like yours. And no, your cousin Steve who knows a guy doesn't count as a reputable buyer. Just imagine what you could do with $1.3 million. Pay off your debts, buy your dream home, or travel the world. That nickel in your hand could be the key to a life you've always dreamed of. But here's the thing, coins like this don't come around often. Don't let yours go unnoticed or undervalued. The nickel placed on a velvet tray, transitioning to text reading, could you be next? Every day, people are uncovering hidden treasures in their own homes. Could you be next? Don't wait, grab a magnifying glass, dig through your coins, and see if you're holding history in your hands. Remember, fortune favors the bold. Are you ready to take the first step toward your million-dollar discovery? Could one tiny coin in your pocket hold the key to your financial freedom? Imagine finding out that your humble 1998 D Monticello Jefferson nickel is worth $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.2 million. But here's the kicker, not all 1998 D nickels are worth that much. So, how do you know if you have the one? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and why this rare find could change your life forever. And no, this isn't just a pipe dream. It's a reality some lucky individuals are living right now. Let's take a quick step back and talk about the 1998 D Monticello Jefferson nickel. You know, the one you've probably tossed in your change jar without a second thought. This coin, minted in Denver, might seem ordinary. But sometimes, the most unassuming things carry the greatest secrets. Honestly, who hasn't ignored nickels in favor of quarters? You're probably thinking, it's just 5 cents, how exciting can it be? Well, how about life-changingly exciting? What makes certain 1998 D nickels worth more than just their face value? 2 words, rarity and error coins. Coins with minting errors, like a double die, off-center strike, or a flaw in the design, can fetch astronomical prices at auction. And that's exactly what happened with this particular Jefferson nickel. A rare error coin from 1998 turned the humble 5-cent piece into a $1 million miracle. But how can you tell if your coin is special? Coming up, I'll reveal the exact signs to look for that could mean your nickel is worth $1.2 million. And trust me, it's simpler than you think. Now, you might be asking, why should I even care about an old nickel? The answer is simple: opportunity. In a world where financial freedom often feels just out of reach, rare coins like this can serve as a powerful reminder that treasures often hide in plain sight. Imagine the possibilities: clearing debt, buying your dream home, or even funding that luxurious retirement you've always dreamed of. That's what this nickel represents. It's not just a coin, it's a ticket to a new chapter in life. Or you could buy 24,000 Starbucks lattes. Your choice. Let me share a quick story. In 2021, a rare 1998 D Jefferson nickel with a unique die error went under the hammer at a major auction. The final bid? A jaw-dropping $1.2 million. Can you imagine the excitement of the person who discovered it? A coin they probably carried in their wallet for years suddenly turned into a 7-figure fortune. But what if I told you this life-changing opportunity isn't just for a select few? Coming up, I'll break down step by step how to check your 1998 D Jefferson nickel and see if it's the one. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Alright, it's time for the big reveal. Here's how to check if your 1998 D Monticello Jefferson nickel is worth more than a fancy coffee. Flip your coin over and look for the D mint mark, indicating it was minted in Denver. No D? Unfortunately, that's not the coin we're looking for today. Pay close attention to Monticello, the iconic building on the back. Look for subtle errors, like doubling in the lettering or unusual lines on the structure. These tiny imperfections can mean big money. Even if you spot something unusual, don't sell it on a whim. Take your coin to a professional appraiser or a numismatic expert. A small investment in expert advice can lead to a massive payout. And no, asking Google isn't enough. You don't want to accidentally sell your $1.2 million coin for $5 on eBay. So now, it's over to you. Have you checked your old coins yet? That jar of spare change sitting on your shelf might just hold the key to your financial freedom, but don't wait too long. Rare coins like this don't stay hidden forever. The clock is ticking, and every second you delay, someone else might uncover their million-dollar treasure. Remember, life-changing opportunities don't always come in flashy packages. Sometimes, they're right in your hands, literally. So, take that small step today. Check your nickels, and who knows? The next millionaire story could be yours. If you found this video valuable, hit that like button and subscribe for more insider tips on rare coins and hidden fortunes. Don't forget to share this with someone who might unknowingly be sitting on their own million-dollar treasure. How much is a nickel really worth? 5 cents, right? What if I told you that one nickel, one 2000p Monticello Thomas Jefferson nickel, could be worth $1.2 million? That's right. A simple coin you might find buried in your change jar has the power to change your life forever. But time is running out. Could you be holding a fortune in your pocket and not even know it? Let me explain before it's too late. The year 2000. A new millennium, a new era for coins, but no one suspected that this particular nickel, minted in Philadelphia, would go on to become one of the most sought-after coins in the world. So, why is it worth $1.2 million? Here's the thing, it's not just a nickel, it's a masterpiece hiding in plain sight. Rare, mysterious, and coveted by collectors, this coin is the ultimate golden ticket, except, it's nickel. And hey, if Willy Wonka can give you a chocolate factory for a golden ticket, a $1.2 million nickel can at least buy you half a mansion in California. Maybe. But before you start digging through your couch cushions, here's what you need to know. What makes the 2000p Monticello nickel so special? What sets it apart from the millions of others minted that same year? To find out, we have to dive deep into the secrets of this coin, and trust me, they're more surprising than you'd think. This isn't just any Jefferson nickel. The key lies in its extraordinary minting error. A tiny imperfection, barely visible to the naked eye, is what skyrockets its value. Look closely, do you see anything unusual? Specifically, we're talking about the steps of Monticello, the building depicted on the coin. A fully struck, flawless image of those steps is exceptionally rare. Most 2000p nickels have blurred or incomplete designs, making those with perfect details worth a fortune. But wait, that's not all. There's another crucial factor that determines if your 2000p nickel could be the million-dollar jackpot. Let's talk about condition. Condition is everything in the world of rare coins. A 2000p nickel graded as MS67, that's mint state 67 for the uninitiated, is what can fetch you up to $1.2 million at auction. Anything less? Still valuable, but not in the millionaire club. And if you're thinking, my coin looks pretty shiny, let me remind you, even microscopic scratches can mean the difference between a life-changing fortune and just 5 cents. Now, before you grab a magnifying glass and squint at every nickel in your house, let me ask, do you even know how to get a coin graded properly? If not, don't worry. Stick around, and I'll show you exactly how to do it the right way. Now that you know the potential of the 2000p Monticello nickel, it's time to take action. The first step? Go through your change jars, your old collections, even that random stash of coins your grandparents gave you. Don't overlook anything. Remember, every second you wait is a chance for someone else to claim your spot in the auction spotlight. But how do you actually cash in on this life-changing treasure? How do you avoid scams, find trusted graders, and get the best deal at auction? Don't worry, I've got you covered. I'll break it all down, step by step. Getting your coin graded is easier than you think. Start with reputable organizations like the PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or the NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. These are the gold standards, or should I say, nickel standards, for verifying a coin's authenticity and value. Once graded, your coin's worth skyrockets, making it ready for auction houses or private collectors to fight over. And let's be honest, who wouldn't love a little bidding war over their pocket change? You're standing in the auction room, the final bid hits $1.2 million, and the hammer falls. That's not just a dream, it's a possibility. But only if you take action today. Here's the truth, most people walk past fortune every single day without realizing it. Don't be one of them. The 2000p Monticello nickel isn't just a coin, it's a chance to rewrite your story, to trade in your old life for a wealthy new beginning. But it won't wait for you forever. Will you seize the opportunity or let it slip through your fingers? And if you think the 2000p nickel is impressive, wait until you hear about another coin worth even more. But that's a story for another day. Subscribe now, and I'll reveal it in our next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, because who knows? Someone in your circle might just be sitting on their own $1 million coin. Would you believe me if I told you that a simple nickel could change your life forever? Not just any nickel, but a rare 2002 D mint mark Monticello Thomas Jefferson nickel that is now worth a staggering $1.1 million. You dig into your pocket, pull out an old coin, and discover it's the ticket to financial freedom. Sounds impossible, right? Well, stay with me because this isn't some fairy tale. It's real, and it could happen to you. And before you rush to flip your couch cushions, let me warn you, this is not just any random nickel. Otherwise, I'd be out there collecting soda machine change faster than you can say retirement fund. But here's the kicker, this rare gem has an unusual story, one that almost slipped through history unnoticed. The question is, could you be holding one of these treasures in your hands right now without even knowing it? Keep watching, because in just a moment, I'm going to reveal exactly what makes this coin so valuable and how to check if you're sitting on a fortune. Let me take you back to 2002. The U.S. Mint in Denver was producing millions of Thomas Jefferson nickels, part of the iconic Monticello design series. At first glance, these coins seemed ordinary, circulating freely across the nation in pockets, piggy banks, and grocery store tills. But amidst this flood of coins, one coin or a few, to be precise, emerged with a defect. A tiny imperfection that was almost invisible to the naked eye, yet priceless to collectors. This error coin, known as the 2002 D mint mark Monticello nickel, had slight variations that set it apart: misalignments, die cracks, or an off-center strike. Why does this matter? Because collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these anomalies. And when I say top dollar, I mean up to $1.1 million at auctions. Now, you might be asking, why would anyone pay so much for a tiny mistake? Isn't that like paying extra for a typo in a book? Well, let me tell you, it's this imperfection that makes these coins so rare. It's a quirk of history frozen in time. Think of it like this: in a world of billions of identical coins, owning the rare one in a million is like owning the Mona Lisa of currency. It's a collector's dream, and for you, it's a golden, or should I say silver, opportunity. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare coins? Here's where it gets really exciting. First, grab a magnifying glass or use your smartphone to zoom in. Look for the D mint mark just below Thomas Jefferson's bust. Next, examine the coin for any unusual markings, off-center strikes, cracks, or even doubled images on the lettering. These are your clues. And here's the most important part: don't clean the coin. Cleaning it could drastically reduce its value. Yes, even if it looks like it's been under your couch for decades. You see, this isn't just about finding a coin. It's about uncovering possibilities. Imagine what $1.1 million could do for you: pay off your mortgage, fund your dream business, or finally retire early and enjoy life to the fullest. And hey, if you find one, maybe splurge on something fun like a yacht named Nickel Rich. Now here's the thing, these coins are extremely rare, and time is of the essence. Every day, more of these treasures are either lost or unknowingly spent on a cup of coffee. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Go ahead, check your pockets, your jars, your family coin collections. And if you think you've struck gold or nickel, in this case, consult a professional appraiser or auctioneer immediately. Remember, treasures don't always glitter. Sometimes, they hide in plain sight. Will you be the one to uncover the next $1 million coin? The answer is in your hands.